Well, hello there. My name is Honey Hoops, and I'm going to tell you everything you should know and my theories about the show. Welcome Home is a ARG project made by Clown Illustrations, and if you don't know anything about it, I encourage you to watch my previous videos. I'll link them in the comments, part 1 and part 2, or you can visit the website, which I'll also link in the comments. If you do know, I'm going to start off by sharing some of the theories that I have come to. As I went through the website, I came to the conclusion that Wally is the villain, but after examination, I also believe that the house is a villain as well. Wally is undoubtedly the main character of the show, and as the creator stated, he is the most. Wally is the star for sure. Not only that, he is fully aware that he's in a show. How do we know that? After examining the website, I found these 2 clues. These links, especially the second one, let us know that Wally is somewhat aware that he is in a made-up world. Yet in the second video, you can tell he is very scared, and it's very obvious that he is trying to protect us, the viewers, by telling us to be quiet. But what is it that he's afraid of? I believe it's the house because there are countless scenes where the house is watching you, and there's repeated imagery of eyes everywhere, which creates this eerie feeling of being watched. And then there's this very blatant example where you can see the house staring at Wally as he is on his knees, either worshiping him or defending himself from the house. But it's very clear that the house is either controlling or terrorizing Wally.
cares and life spins it round. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. How? I don't know the other words. That's all Barbie taught me. Do you like it? That's good, I think.
In this video, you can hear Wally singing to the house, and I assume it's the house because at the end of the video, you can hear bumping sounds. Something they made sure to include in Wally's write-up is that the house cannot speak. It can only speak in onomatopoeias such as creak, squeak, and bang. After singing his song, Wally asked, "Do you like it?" His question is followed by 3 bumps. The house responded. Also, if we look here, we'll see that the song was originally a duet. The link to the song is also called Duet, so we can tell that Wally is not alone. The song he's singing is called Beautiful Dreamer, and if we dig more into why they chose that specific song, Beautiful Dreamer is said to be about a lover serenading a beautiful dreamer who is oblivious. I am trying to overcompensate for a very country accent, so y'all gonna have to excuse me. Beautiful Dreamer is said to be about a lover serenading a beautiful dreamer who is oblivious to worldly cares and may actually be dead. This may tie back to Wally because he is under the possession of something, the house, that may be making him oblivious to his own demise. In another link tied for me to you, there's a paragraph at the bottom that says a house is a place with 4 walls and a floor, with a ceiling above and a lovely front door. There's a bed to cradle you safely at night and windows to bring you in the morning light. Your house is a mirror of just who you are, affliction that tells you to never stray far. And the creator of this clown has already said that this game will center around mental health. And that is why this video is sponsored by BetterHelp. Meaning that the house itself may not be evil, but rather a reflection of who Wally is, or some traits about himself that he tries to hide. Along with this, if you were able to collect the letters from the website, the letters that were in disarray or sortly off, you would have gotten Y, X, W, V, O, and E, which would have gave you access to a secret site that tells you to head back home and stay. This shows you that there's a serious need for you, the new neighbor, to stay at home. Home needs you for some reason, and it is desperate to make you stay. Because without someone to live in it, a home is just a house. Home is also capitalized throughout the page, which lets us know that it's not just a place, it's a person, giving the title Welcome Home a whole new meaning. But then again, evidence has led me to speculate that the two are one of the same. Another piece of evidence that proves this is a post from Clown's Tumblr. Wally is given some food, but instead of bringing out a fork and knife, he eats it with his eyes. He stared at the food and then it began to disappear. His eyes grew bigger and then smaller as if he was gulping it down. How does that relate to home? The only living part of home is his eyes. Its eyes. Don't let me misgender the house. Its eyes. So if home was to or were to eat, it would be with its eyes. There are also some biblical references in some of the artwork. In this picture, Wally is seen doing a pose that mimics Baphomet's infamous pose with 2 fingers raised high and 2 fingers pointed down. The salute is said to mean as above, so below. And if you look at their Halloween picture, you can see that Wally went as the devil. Could Wally be the devil? Could home be the devil? There's also imagery that shows Wally donning cross cufflinks, but that could just be used to juxtapose who he really is. This is also concept art, which wasn't placed into the website, so it is not canon either. But I still think it's interesting to note nonetheless. Baphomet is also said to represent neutrality and or the balance of the universe. He is man and animal, male and female, down and up. And if we follow that theory, is it possible that the two worlds are mirrored? If you visit the neighborhood on your mobile phone, you'll find a black portal instead of Wally's house. Could that portal be a passage between the two worlds? In the concept art, the house, or Wally himself, says, "I made a dog." You can see Barnaby's body slumped over, headless and empty. Maybe the residents were once humans who had their souls harvested and placed into puppets. I'm thinking Five Nights at Freddy's. Lastly, I want to talk about the other characters and the concept of time within this game. There's a clear theme of day and night. Eddie has a day-night watch. Wally doesn't want people to leave at night, and Sally, well, there's also a paragraph that says, "Join him on his escapes until the end of the day," which lets us know that the show ends at night. But what's so special about the nighttime, and why is Eddie the only one with the watch? If you go back to the About Us page, the employees tell us that they find the documents in colorful envelopes. Eddie is the mailman, so perhaps Eddie is more aware than he appears. I'm speculating that Eddie uses the portal to contact those on the other side to ask for help, and perhaps he was given a watch to avoid being caught by Wally and Home. This concept art illustrates what could have been one of his unsuccessful attempts. But hey, that's just a theory. A Honey Hoops theory. Hopefully I was able to sway some of you and get the juices going. Let me know if you agree, disagree in the comments. I also have several honorable mentions and important things that I want to note. The books in Frank's rotating head slide read, "Hello, it's you know who," arrow pointing to the H or the W. "I'm your neighbor. Do you know about me? You do. I see you." Sally has some weird concept art, which I believe could be hinting that she was violent in her past life, and maybe that's why she left home. Frank can be seen holding a red rectangle surrounded by one-eyed puppets. Maybe the red has something to do with home, or maybe he's trying to reveal something he shouldn't. In this concept art, you can see that 6, 7, 8 are taped up, and that 9 is taken away, so there's no way for them to call for help. As well as the fact that there is what I believe a small image of Wally in the center of the phone. In this picture, you can see Wally sitting on what might be Barnaby. You can see the orange eye. Barnaby is the only one who has an orange eyelid, as well as his paw print and Julie's signature, because if we go back to the signature page, Julie signs her name with a tic-tac-toe mark. And last but not least, you can see again here on the signature page that Wally and Home have the same handwriting, meaning that Wally had to sign for Home, which deepens their connection to each other. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video or found it informative and informative, please like, comment, or subscribe, and do all the wonderful things that you can to help my page grow. I'm a very new page. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate y'all, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day.